Loneliness doesn't always ask to be fixed. Sometimes it just wants to be acknowledged without being rushed away. There's an assumption that difficult feelings are problems to solve, that if something feels heavy, the next step should be relief. But some feelings don't soften when you try to move past them, they only shift when you stay. Today wasn't dramatic, just one of those quiet days where nothing went wrong, but nothing lifted either. The house was still, the phone stayed face down, a book lay open on the desk. Sylvia Plath's unabridged journals, already marked, already familiar. I only finished it last year. And yet, I keep itching to reread some passages. There's a paragraph in her journals where she writes about loneliness not as something temporary or traumatic, but as something structural, something that exists even when life looks full from the outside. No self-pity, no attempt to resolve it, just a clean acknowledgement of its presence. I didn't read it looking for comfort. I didn't comfort me in the usual sense. What it did was slower. It allowed the feelings to remain without turning it into a crisis. That felt important. Loneliness often becomes unbearable not because of its intensity, but because of how quickly we try to escape it. We talk over it, we distract ourselves from it, we reframe it before we've actually felt it. And in doing that, the feeling doesn't disappear, it just gets buried. Reading the passage didn't make the loneliness go away, but it gave it shape. And once a feeling has shape, it becomes easier to sit beside it without panic. Writing afterward was quieter than usual. No explanations, no attempts to sound insightful, just a few lines describing the feeling as it was. Flat, steady, present, honest. That was enough. Because I refused to say that I'm not enough. There's something regulating about seeing a feeling reflected accurately, not elevated, not dramatized, just named. It's a reminder that this feeling has existed before in other minds and other rooms on other days that looked ordinary too. Plath didn't offer a solution in that passage. She didn't tell herself to be grateful or busy or hopeful. She let the feeling exist long enough to return and honestly. And that honesty is what stayed with me. Maybe that's one of the quieter gifts of literature, not reassurance but companionship. The sense that a feeling doesn't isolate you as much as it claims to. This space exists to hold one page every day. Again, not to improve anything, but to think slowly, especially on days when feelings don't resolve themselves as neatly as we'd like. Today was one such day for me. And I'd like to know if there's a passage from a book, a poem, or even a journal that helped you stay with a feeling instead of trying to escape it. Because some days I need more words